My name is Venneth, and I'm from HyperCity. It's a hypermarket business. We are into part of Shopper Stop group of companies. We're not present around Mumbai, Noida, Gurgaon, Delhi. So people here may not know much of us unless you've traveled to Mumbai before. We're not into the e-commerce, neither into the m-commerce, but I'll only speak about my experience in this, being in the industry for the last 14 years, and about what we try to do in the mobility space. The the topic, just coming back, bring the focus back to the topic about saying how does m-commerce fit into the omni-channel strategy. My take on it is that, I mean, the very mention of omni-channel brings in the word, brings in the feeling of seamlessness, because it is where the customer, we've been from the morning hearing about the strategy and about omni-channel and multi-channel, so I'll not stress too much into what it is, but then the very basic fact that it's omni-channel brings in a lot of seamlessness, and you leave the consumer to decide as to what channel they want to use from the various channels that you are present in, and leaving it to their choice as to what channel they prefer to use and when they prefer to use. And I can't see any other device or any other channel or any other extension other than the mobility or the mobile that comes to mind when you talk about omni-channel. I was always saying it was like a synonym for mobility would be, or omni-channel could be mobility. So that as important as that when it comes to what m-commerce can do. The other aspect is, like Vinod mentioned, we are in an age where many of us in the panel are still in our early 40s or late 40s. There are the people that we're catering to, the larger consumer base that you're catering to are using mobile as if it's an extension to their body, as I see it. So I was recently listening to an interview of Johnny Depp, and I think he was talking about something, and he just took up his phone and said most of the this generation, the millennials, they don't even look at people's face. They just have this device in front of them. They talk through this device. They chat through this device. They see movies through this device. So without this device, they hardly have the existence. It's like, so when a consumer goes to in the process, in the steps of purchase, or while he goes to make purchase decision, even then its friend, philosopher, guide is all comes down to this particular device. So it's a stage where I don't think any of us in the retail industry can in any way not or any way ignore this device or the importance of this device in the whole omni-channel strategy. So it's very important that the m-commerce bit is in. Now, the only thing which I guess subsequently in our discussion will come up, but I would like to leave a thought here, is that there'll be various stages of retail. So most of us, there are several of us in this room, I'm sure, who have been in this industry for a long time. So which we call with legacy systems and been in the industry for the last for a decade or so, and even more, like people like Vinod from Tesco. For us, it is a journey. So it's been a legacy system to web enabling the systems, and then enabling it to access things on mobile, and then getting into m-commerce. For people who are entering into the industry now, and I can see there are a lot of them, the SMEs and the new entrants, there I would see they'll just go straight into a mobile app and we got several examples of it as we discussed it, Vinod. So I'm sure Make My Trip has something like that. So you will see a big trend where people will straight get into mobile rather than build all of those web-enabled applications. Very much like the jump that we had in telecom, perhaps. So it's bound to happen, and it's a no-brainer, and it's like the best thing to happen, I would say. So there we'll see a lot of people for the legacy, for people like us who've been in the industry for a long time, who have got our legacy systems, integrations, all of that put in place. You'll still want to build mobile applications that help your customer to ease in their purchase. So where again, like Vinod shared the slide, you will have the mobile applications having the basic shopping list and the customer loyalty interface and so on. But the most important bit here again is, it is very important that whether it is mobile, whether it is any other channel, we'll have to all work together to ensure that the customer experience remains as far as possible seamless. It's easier said than done, I know that, but it is very important that you try to do as much as you can to make it seamless. So if you're having a shopping list as one of your feature in your application, let's ensure that the customer can actually pick it from the store also if you wish to. Ensure that it gets delivered to him if he wants to, right? And leave the options to him. Don't tie him down by saying that if you're making an order on the mobile app, we will deliver it to you, you can't come and pick it up from us, right? And so on. So it is important that we all keep that in mind, because otherwise the basic essence of omni-channel is lost if you try to bind customers into one of these channels, right? So if it is important that you leave the option to them, you definitely work around and do enough to your processes and to your systems so that you are able to do that much, and the business can then decide which, and leave the consumer to decide which channel they wish to take. You could have people who have never accessed web being more comfortable accessing things over the phone. Like you're talking about somebody back home there. So like I know my mom is more comfortable certainly accessing things on her phone than if I were to ever ask her to do anything on the online. So if it's a banking or anything, if I want her to do it, I found it easier for her to make a mobile banking transaction on the mobile than asking her to go and log in and do things. Right, so when recently she asked me to log her onto Facebook, I was amazed. Like, why did she want to get into Facebook? But then I guess it's now a time where you don't want to stop anybody from getting into Facebook. Everybody is on. So it's like perhaps it is WhatsApp, it's these Facebooks and all of these apps that's on the mobile that made people use their mobile phones more than a desktop device. So I guess it's the whole accessibility that the device brings in makes it even more friendly for m-commerce.